guys, Muddle Muppet here, how you doing? Having a look at my first impressions of Crysis 3, and I gotta say, so far, I'm liking it. I haven't even touched the single player yet. There's a couple of mates of mine who've got it, and they told me that they're really impressed with the single player. But I like to dive into the multiplayer first, you know, try and get myself some kind of ranking going before I start facing everyone who's 1,000 levels above me and got much better weapons. This mode I'm playing here, I forget the name of it, it's the one where you can drop in and you can only play if you're level 10 or below. So it gives you a chance to get used to the controls and stuff, you know, without being sort of slaughtered by people who are very experienced. Before I go much further, actually, talking about that, I'm just going to mention something that really boils my fucking piss. And this is how games get released in some parts of the world a few days before they get released everywhere else. Usually it's in America first. And it's not that I have a problem with them getting their hands on the game before us. But once you go into the sort of normal lobbies, apart from this particular game mode, everyone's got much better stuff than you because they've been hammering it for 3 days. I mean, come on, why can't games companies just release games worldwide at the same time? It's not like they have to get the guys who are delivering it in America to run over to England and the rest of Europe and then start delivering it there. Bastards. Anyway, I've digressed a little bit. So yeah, I've tried my hand at a few different game modes. And for this I was joined with a couple of mates. Blind Jim, or Jimmy the Buzzer as he is on this account, and Vamp Reborn, so hi to those guys. And we went into this mode where you can only play if you're level 10 or below. Now I've got to say, all the game modes I've really enjoyed so far that I've tried. There's a lot of game modes, I think there's about 10 or something in total, and they look really good. There's a lot of options if you want to host a private game. I have done a separate video for that, so check that out if that's something that interests you. I love private games, you know, but I won't go into that here. I think I ended up in this getting more kills with the butt of my rifle than I did with my gun. Blind Jim calls it melee kills. Now I'm convinced that the word is melee, but he insists that it's melee. So yeah, I'm going to say melee. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong on that. But yeah, I did get quite a lot of melee kills. And I found the flash grenade to be quite useful when you're running around with a shotgun. For this bit here, I knew there was somebody around there. And I just couldn't see him. As you can see, he was fully cloaked there and got me with a bow. So kudos to him. Game performance. Now for this game I assume that I was hosting because at the end score of it I was green for my pings and everyone else was red. Don't quite know why that was, because I've got a pretty decent connection, you know. It's certainly not the best in the world, but it's certainly not the worst. I did find it a problem on a couple of games. There's the old usual argument of, well, it's a new game, blah blah blah. But I've got to say that I think games should get these servers running for release. You know, it gets a bit old, the excuse of it's a new game, because you never know if it's going to be sorted out before the game, you know, kind of gets popular, and a month down the line you can still be doing exactly the same. Anyway, when it does work, it works very well. It's got the easiest system I've come across in quite some time for invites and, you know, getting your private party together. There's an auto mute everyone else in apart from your squad, which I love because there's so many dicks online nowadays. There really is, isn't there? It's been unfortunate because I suppose you end up muting some people who might actually turn out to be, you know, decent guys to game with. But there is a lot of dicks around, so it's nice to be able to team up with a couple of mates and just blank everyone else out. So is it a game that's going to keep me coming back and coming back in the same way that Gotham City Imposters does? And I'd say at this stage that I'm thinking it's got the potential to do that. But I'm not quite prepared to say, yes, this game has sucked me in completely. I think it's going to need some time for me to get used to particular mechanics, rank up a bit, you know, build my character the way that I'd like it, etc. But it's certainly got the potential for this to be Certainly better than some of the recent purchases I've made. Aliens, I'm looking at you. Anyway, this is Muppet out. Take it easy, guys. Bye.